What's up guys, my name is Stoody. I'd like to welcome you all back to another video, and today I'd like to welcome you all to another episode of Stoody's Say. Now today I am going to be discussing the fact that the two Queensland games in opening round, the Brisbane versus Geelong game and the Gold Coast versus Essendon game, have both been postponed. Now I can definitely understand the Brisbane versus Geelong game. Obviously you can't have the players playing in a literal cyclone. That would be incredibly irresponsible from the AFL and very dangerous. I mean, playing in 150 kilometre winds would be unbelievable, but very, very dangerous, of course. You can't be putting the players in danger like that, and you can't be putting the fans in danger like that, and everyone who will be at the Gabba that night. Obviously, the game had to be postponed. And obviously, there's two things that make sense, right? One, they could still have the Thursday night game, but it's played in Geelong. And then they can swap over the home games because Brisbane and Geelong play each other twice. So basically, Brisbane can play their home game, I think it was like round 15 or something like that, when they meet for the second time for the season. So that would work. But obviously they're postponing it, so they're not going to do that one. It looks like they're going to be doing the game in round 3. So the game will be at the Gabba in round 3. And it looks like, because both teams have the bye in that round, so they have the bye at the same time, so that is convenient, and definitely a pretty easy fix there. Play the game in round 3, it's all good. But the Gold Coast Essendon game gets a little more weirder. That game's being played on a Saturday twilight, and by that point, the cyclone would be gone. So I don't know why they're postponing that game. Seems a little bit pointless. Either the AFL are a bunch of pussies or they just want to create drama or some shit. But when it comes to the Gold Coast Essendon game, that's a lot more complicated. Because, number one, they only play once. Number two, they don't have the same bye. So that's where things get a bit awkward. Do they play in the middle of the week or something? It wouldn't exactly be fair for both teams, though, due to less breaks. And because obviously Essendon have to travel interstate. There was talk that Essendon and Gold Coast may be playing on the Sunday instead. They might just push the game back a day or two. But then that would mean Essendon would have a really short break after an interstate trip. So that's not fair on Essendon. The other thing they were considering was having the game being played after round 24 during the bye week, which might be the best option if they're definitely postponing the game not being played in opening round, because where else are you really going to fit that game in that doesn't cause one or both of the teams to have a really short turnaround between probably 3 games? But then again, if those two teams happen to make finals, I personally have predicted both of those teams to not make the finals, but if one or possibly both do end up making the finals, they won't get the week off that everyone else did. But the thing is, not having the week off could be an advantage as well, because they'll be more match hardened. But obviously it could be a disadvantage because they won't be as well rested as their possible opponents, unless they're versing each other. You never know. But yeah, if the weather's not a cyclone conditions, then I think the Gold Coast Essendon game should still be on. I mean, definitely postpone the Brisbane-Geelong game because that's pretty fucked, playing in a cyclone. A cyclone, last time I saw, was predicted to hit Brisbane at around 10 p.m. on Thursday night, so they'll probably still be playing, and then the cyclone will hit, and it'll just be absolute chaos. People could die. But if it's just bad weather they're worried about, possible rain, a lot of rain, possibly the ground could be really slippery. But here's the thing, the AFL have been playing in the rain and in slippery conditions for 150 years. I don't understand why that would change now. AFL players can handle a little bit of rain, a little bit of wet weather footy. I did see that the winds will be calmed down by Saturday. So it won't be 150 kilometre winds. So I don't understand why they'd postpone Gold Coast and Essendon, especially since that game is a way harder game to reschedule. If worse comes to worse, they might have to share the points, 2 points each, which could cost either one of them a finals appearance. But anyway, those are my thoughts on those two games being postponed. So feel free to give me your thoughts in the comment section down below. Should the Gold Coast and Essendon game have been postponed? What should they do with both games? Do you agree that the Brisbane Geelong game should just be moved to round 3? Do you believe, when do you think the Gold Coast Essendon game should be played? Obviously, that's going to be a tough one. It'll be interesting to see what Andrew Dillon does with that one. But yeah, I guess that's all I really have to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment for more like this. Be sure to become a channel member. Just click the join button next to my name. Also, be sure to subscribe to my premium King Goals of Nick. Link to his channel is in the description. Also, be sure to subscribe to my other YouTube channels. Be sure to subscribe to my podcast channel, King Snags of Stoody. Also, be sure to subscribe to my second YouTube channel, Stoody Archives. Links to both of those are in the description. Also, be sure to join my Discord server, East Coast Australian Sports Community. Link to that is in the description. Also, be sure to follow me on my other social media accounts. I have Twitter and also have TikTok. The username for all those is StoodyYT, and links to all those will also be in the description. I hope you had a good day, and I'll see you all in the next video.